guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana. Thanks again for watching. Today I'm kind of breaking my new rules and I'm doing a skin tint. I'm reviewing the Summer Fridays sheer skin tint because it looked really fabulous and I couldn't help myself, so I did buy it. And this is actually going to be a little different than kind of some of my other reviews because this is going to be a true first impression. I got it yesterday and I did put it on my hand just to see, but I've not tried it on my face. I've not worn it at all, and I know that sometimes first impressions are fun, but they're not always the most useful because, you know, you want to see, well, how does it wear for 8 hours? What does it look like? Blah, 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 all those things. So I will, of course, be doing more videos on it as I wear it more, but I also kind of like first impressions because that's what you guys, like when somebody purchases it, that's what it is for you too. So sometimes it's just more about like the entertainment value. So that's what we're doing today. If you're not already subscribed, please do so below. It always helps, and give it a big old like and we'll get going. Okay, so let's see, what do they say about it on Sephora? So this is a sheer skin tint with hyaluronic acid and squalane, and it retails for $42 and you get 1 fluid ounce, which is 30 milliliters, pretty standard for any skin tints or foundations, nothing too crazy. So what they say it is a lightweight skin tint that layers beautifully for sheer to light coverage with a natural looking finish. And that is definitely one of the, like, I think features of it, that it has a natural finish. There's so many skin tints out these days that are very glowy, and so this one is supposed to just look like your skin, like not call attention to it, just be very natural. So it comes in 10 shades, and I would say that the shade range is pretty great, but I did have a pretty hard time finding my correct shade online, and I did get it through the Summer Fridays website, but I'm probably gonna be, well, I'm gonna go into Sephora just to swatch it and see if I have maybe a different shade. I tend to get shades that have the correct undertone more than the actual right shade, but I do think that this shade, which is shade 4, might be a little bit too dark and be like really my summer, when I have a self tanner on, kind of shade. And I actually lately have tended to get something that's a little bit lighter because I can always put bronzer on to make it kind of match my body. So we're gonna have to see how this works. There are a few ingredients that they call out. Tiger grass, which is supposed to help reduce the look of redness, which is like sicca, which is a great ingredient. A humectant blend, which is just glycerin and hyaluronic acid. 2 great ingredients, but also not that fancy. Well, hyaluronic acid can be fancy. And then rich emollients, squalane, vitamin E, safflower, and avocado oils. Those are great ingredients, but they're nothing too fancy. And actually that's fine, because sometimes when they start putting these like very exotic ingredients in, it doesn't necessarily help you. Like sometimes glycerin is all you need. So I like the sounds of this, and I think that's about it. I love the packaging. It matches their sunscreen. This one is more like off-white, whereas the sunscreen one is kind of like a cream yellow. But this is a beautiful packaging, just very clean and aesthetically pleasing. I also got a free brush with it, which is the Summer Fridays brush. It reminds me almost identically, but like a little bit smaller. I guess it's not identical. This is the Merit Beauty one, and this is the new like travel Summer Fridays. So let's zoom in, put it on my face, and get going. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna try it maybe a few ways. We'll shake it first. I did see that they put it on the brush and then kind of like dab it. It's a very kind of short, dense, but also soft brush, like a kabuki brush. So let's try it that way. Also, I have my sunscreen on already, and we're just gonna try it. And there's no discernible scent from like just my initial sticking it straight in my nose. Okay, that's really pretty. You can see like on this side where I don't have anything, there's a bit of not like redness, but just my natural tone. This side just seemed to even it out really well, like beautifully. I probably put more on just because I feel like a brush soaked up a lot of it, but you could probably put a little bit less on and still get the desired look. Now I'm curious, I'm gonna try it on the other side with my hands, and then maybe I'll save my forehead for the sponge. Who knows? So you're definitely getting a bit of coverage. It's not quite like, well, it's definitely not as light as the Glossier Skin Perfecting Tint, but it doesn't seem to be like super, super medium coverage at all. Okay, this shade 4 works for me in the summer. It kind of matches my tan, but it's definitely going to be pretty dark the rest of the year. All right, let's try a sponge. I'm gonna try, this one's not damp, and I just want to try it on my forehead. Okay, that is so pretty. I'm looking in the monitor's over here, and then my mirror here, and I definitely have a bit of a glow. I would say more glowy than natural, but I think it's going to kind of set down a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the sponge and I'm just gonna like soak up anything else that, you know, you don't necessarily need, and make sure everything is blended. And then I'm gonna let it sit. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup, and then we'll come back and kind of think, and then we'll go through what I think of it. I'm back. This is beautiful. Like, I always want to do that. The packaging is stunning, but it gets so dirty so quickly if you just touch it, because it's white and then you have the tint. So that's going to be a thing, but that's not that big of a deal. I wanted to pull out a few of my other tinted moisturizers that I was like, I think these are the same, because I don't think this is revolutionary. I think it's stunning. Like, I really, really like it, and I'm going to continue to use it, and I think I'm going to love it. But if you have almost anything else, I think you can kind of pass on this, especially because it is pricey. Like, $42 is not cheap. So I want to go over some of the others that I already have. The first one that it really reminded me of is the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drops, because these are more of that like natural finish. And this, I don't have any powder on. It's got a little bit of a glow. A lot of it, I mean, the glow right here is from the blush that I have on, which is the Say Dew blush. But it's not gonna have like too much of a glowy look, and it's definitely gonna depend on what you put underneath. So I think with the Summer Fridays, you can get a more glowy look. Just put on a glowy primer or a glowy moisturizer, whatever it may be, or sunscreen, and then you're gonna kind of get that. But if you want like a really natural look, just use like a natural, more matte-ish sunscreen or moisturizer, and then go in with it, and then you can build up any glow where you want it. But that's the main reason that it reminds me of the Fenty Eaze Drop. I think they're very similar in their finish, and I think you can build up each one to the same amount. You can get a little bit like lighter sheer coverage with the Fenty one as you can with the Summer Fridays. The other thing that it reminds me of, which you do not need to spend this much money on, is the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua, which is a tinted moisturizer with a little bit of SPF in it. Neither the Summer Fridays nor the Fenty have SPF. This one has SPF 15, so it's a little bit of a bonus. This one's stunning, but it's Chanel, so you're going to be paying more. And I think that you could, if you really like the look of the Chanel, just stick to one of these, which are going to be cheaper. But this one is still cheaper than the Summer Fridays, because this is, I think, $32 or $34. And then I wanted to go through two others that I kind of was looking through my stash, and I was thinking of like ones that are very popular that a lot of people might have. The first one is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. Either this or the oil-free one are going to give you this kind of perfected base, but not too overdone. Like, it doesn't look like you have makeup on. And this is just a cult classic. Like, I don't talk about it much. I don't even wear it that much anymore. But this is what I wore on my wedding day. It's like stunning. It's just a go-to. Like, it's never going to fail you. And then the other one, which is not really my favorite, but I know it was kind of popular a few months back, is the Rose Inc Skin Enhanced Luminous Tinted Serum. This one, I think you will get more of the same finish, With the what's it called, Laura Mercier, you can get a luminous finish. They have a luminous one as well. But this one really reminded me of the same finish as the Summer Fridays. Now, it's also quite expensive, so I don't know if that's like something you're going to be spending more on this than the Summer Fridays, but it does give you that kind of like soft, matte, natural-ish finish. And of course, there are others out there that are going to do the same thing, and I think that's kind of what I wanted to come back to. The Summer Fridays, while stunning, gorgeous, love it, chef's kiss, 5 stars, all those things, I don't think it's revolutionary. I like the ingredients. I love how easy it is. You can use your hands, you can use a sponge, you can use a brush. It's really flexible, and you can build up the coverage to about, I would say, like light medium, maybe medium, but I don't really tend to go for medium. So it does exactly what it says it's going to do. I just don't think that it is, again, revolutionary, and there's nothing else out there on the market that you like. This doesn't really like fill this gap that I find is missing in the market. So you either just want to pick it up because you love the brand, or you want to try something new. I think it's beautiful. I just don't think it's revolutionary. So those are my thoughts. Will I continue to wear it? Absolutely. I think it's absolutely stunning, and I will be very interested to kind of see how my opinions and my thoughts change. So I will do kind of a maybe like a 1 month in or 2 months in video to see how I like it. And if you do want to hear more thoughts on this, or if you want me to compare it to other skin tints, just let me know. I am working on a skin tint video because I have a lot, and I find like it's very hard to tell the difference between each one, but that's going to take a while. So in the meantime, let me know what your thoughts are. Have you picked it up? Are you going to, or you're like, nah, it's good, it's beautiful, but I'll pass. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.